This is our beginner class, y'all. This is our beginner class. Before we get started, we're going to be tackling today. Every week I do it a little different to keep it interesting, but the same content is exposed. We're doing fast track. We want you to go through the fast track videos, take the test, pass the test, and earn the fast track badge. No shame in this. Is there anyone here that has not earned their fast track badge? Let it be known, please, so we can prepare for Friday.
Well, I earned mine 100 years ago, I think, before it was ever even called fast track. But I'll fess up and say I'm serious. I took the test about 5 times before I passed it.
Okay, good. So we're taking it again Friday. We're going to do it again Friday together as a group. Those that have went through the lessons. If you haven't been able to attend these lessons, they're in your video library. If you are not a member, all you got to do is ask. This is what we give free to the community. I'll be updating our partners soon. I think the partners know that I consider myself the custodian of the Shibboleth website, though I don't own it. I don't have all the control that I want, and I don't like that. But right now, I'm the only custodian of it, and I'm working to figure out what we're going to do with that. I will be updating our partners and Faithfully Fit members very soon about the things that I'm going to be doing. And the reason I said that was not to jump out of what we were talking about. I'm really excited because on the Faithfully Fit website, we are going to make that dream a reality of we're going to clear up all the names. I think, though, those are fun names: Shibboleth Fast Track, Shibboleth Journey, Shibboleth Tiger's Eye. I've decided after prayer to move away from that and simplify that terminology so that it's very obvious where to go after level 1, after level 2. We're doing a lot of videos that are updating that content. So we're really excited about that for our partners and Faithfully Fit members. I'm getting tons of emails about, what about my lifetime membership? It ain't going nowhere, okay? It's not going anywhere. How about that? And if it does go away, y'all will never see me again because I will go run and hide down in Costa Rica. All right? Bye. No, I wouldn't do that. But anyway, we'll get to the content today. Are y'all excited? Anybody have a praise report, anything you want to share? We're Wednesday's Way Day. We've got 1 o'clock, Sandy Gregg, Charles Grant, their update on the Battle Buddy they're doing, public coaching of them. And then at 2 o'clock, we go into the Battle Buddy with the ladies that are doing the Battle Buddy. We'll have some private accountability, virtual accountability. So I'm looking forward to that. Cindy's in that group. We're going to have a good time at 2 o'clock. Big, busy day today and tomorrow. Tammy says lost 3.5 pounds this week. Outstanding. Good job. Way to go. Anybody else? Some praise for the Lord. Those of you that aren't in the habit yet of starting your day off with the Lord, check out the prayers that we put out there. That we put out prayers every morning, every evening. We spend time reading those. What I do is I put down my thoughts and then I run it through a grammatical, get some grammatical help with it. And then I actually say those prayers. And those are great prayers, not for you to pray. And if it doesn't come from the heart, it doesn't do any good, but it can prompt you to spend some time with the Lord. And I think you'll see a whole new you. When we've tried to lose weight in the past, we might have tried to do that all on our own. We might try to, and you might think I can do it by myself. Well, if you could, you would have already done it, don't you think? So consider, it might be humbling, but consider doing things different. You know, they say that sanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So maybe we should try something new. Maybe we should go to daddy, our Abba, our Father, and say, I need help with this, and I'm going to show you I need help with it. I'm going to get up every morning, and the first part of my day I'm giving to you for a few minutes, and the last part of my day, and see if he doesn't help you. Is anybody trying, are you trying to pray in the morning and evening? Good deal. Is it helping, Kiara?
It is helping.
Yeah.
And just praise report. And it's one of those things I don't want people, because I know I'm in the same boat with like Sandy and Charles. But I started Sunday, after having my holidays before we started this challenge, and I'm down 16 pounds.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. Good deal. Awesome. Fantastic. Good gracious. Did y'all hear that? Anybody else? So I want to get
That's
into,
my battle buddy.
I know it. I know it. Her success is your success, isn't it?
Yes.
I want, again, I will get right into the information. We're talking food categories today, and we're not switching gears at 10:30. We'll just continue on into the members only group. I just want to say from the heart, not meddling, I'm not trying to be a Bible thumper. If we don't come back to God personally, individually, we have to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. If we don't come back to God, you won't even remember I said this, but this world, the things that I even seen yesterday in a continuing education webinar, I'm telling you, just like I told you about MCT 20 years ago, if we don't come back to God and get a good foundation, we're going to get 8. And I know the demographic that I'm talking to, we old school, but you're not going to allow to be old school. The artificial intelligent thing, unless something else happens that ends the world, we're going to be like animals in a zoo. Go on and mark it down. If we don't come back to God and get a right foundation, we're going to get it. And what I mean is the purpose that you've always held and had for your life, within a year or two, if the world keeps turning, everybody will basically be sitting at home with universal income. That thing is going to replace every job. I can literally do the job where it used to, I would have had to hire 100 people to do what I will soon be able to do. I won't have to hire them. It's like a sentient being, and it's getting smarter every day. Now, why am I saying it's not to scare you? It's to say, come back to God, because you will lose our drive. We'll lose our motivation. Y'all remember that cartoon, Wall-E? Y'all remember that Pixar where they was in the little things, they didn't have to do nothing, run around, eat popcorn, and it sounds like a good life. But even the struggle that you're engaged with now, you don't realize it, but you love the struggle too. There's nothing worse than not having any pleasure and not having any struggle. This is your time to grab hold of this thing. Me too, to personally develop, to come back to God, to develop new purpose, new mission, new vision. And part of it can be just bringing people to the Lord. But I'm telling you, we're going to lose some people are going to lose their soul, their very identity, because some of us here, we're wrapped up in the weight loss identity. You've been trying for years to lose weight, and it's your identity. Even when you start losing it, it's psychological. You'll self-sabotage just because that's your identity. And what we all need to do is really come back to God and put Him first. Because if we're not hearing from Him, this old world is going to get really, really confusing. Cindy says, I'm an IT project manager. Y'all listen, she knows better than I do. You are correct. It's going to replace it all. So get ready. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm saying take care of your health. Take care of your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit. Take care of it. You're going to need it in the coming months and years. You're going to need it if the world keeps turning. All right, come back to God. All right, and hey, here's the good news. You still going to have to eat. It's like something was said in the meeting that the artificial intelligence will probably literally solve, this will run, some of y'all go wait on this. It will literally solve the obesity epidemic. Already has, we just don't know about it, where there will be something that you're able to take that totally allows you to eat whatever you want to eat and not gain weight. I don't know how that, I've always said that'll never happen. I still have a hard time believing that because of God's natural laws. But you know, that would be the worst thing that ever happened to humankind. All discipline would go out the door, wouldn't it? You'd never have to be disciplined about anything. You could turn to the little food god the rest of your life. So if it were to do that, not saying that I believe that it can yet, but they're saying that it already has. It's just not out there. The public's not ready. Can you imagine you without the struggle? It sounds good at a glance, but
No.
imagine never having to employ self-discipline. Never. You'd become the devil. You become the child of Satan, indulgent, do what you want. It's kind of like, you take a billionaire who's not a Christian, there's no limit to what they can do with that money, and they do it if they're not a Christian. And you think about now, let's do that with food. You can eat all day, all that you want to eat, and never gain a pound because of a wonder drug. And you never have to say no to anything. Do you think that you would become a better Christian? That's a good conversation for one of our thoughts and feelings classes. So what we even think we want, we don't want. What God calls that in the Bible is this time when the love of many waxes colder and we're turned over to a reprobate mind, an unprincipled mind. It's coming. Come back, because it don't have to happen to you. I read in my Bible about a remnant. How many of you, honestly, and I promise to get in the information, if you were offered that pill and you could eat anything that you want to without gaining any weight, and they said, here's the consequence, though, you're going to lose your discipline. You're going to become an addict. You're going to lose all discipline. You're just going to live in what they call pleasure. By the way, pleasure without pain is not pleasure. There's no such thing as pleasure without pain. You wouldn't know the difference. It's called the abyss. So, but stay with me. After really thinking about it, this pill will solve all your problems. How many of you would do that? How many of you would not do that? I would not do it. Deep down, I know that I need the struggle. What I'm struggling with shibboleth is making me a better man. What I struggled with obesity back in the day has made me a better man. Struggling with relationships has made me a better man. Having organic employees has made me a better man. Do you see? So we better come back to God. Come back to God. Tammy says, my doctor offered me help, and I said, no, you went to the great physician if I know you. Good job, Tammy. Cindy, thanks for sharing, because they won't believe me. They'll believe you. You're in IT. But all right, I'm going to quit that. Today, we started on Monday talking about the why. You got to have a why that's greater than temptation to be successful, correct? You don't have a why today, you'll yield to temptation. We need a why. Last night, I had a little break time at work, and I spent about an hour just writing in my journal about all the things that I need to work on. And it helped. It helped renew my focus, my aim. It's not just about putting your burrito in your journal. It's about, how did that burrito make you feel? Did you do the right thing? What triggered it if it wasn't the right thing? What are your goals? Come back to God. People without a vision perish. We need to do this several times a day. I've been feeling bad because I've said Shibboleth needs a miracle. And the devil says they're tired of you. I listen to preacher Tommy Bates. Every time he preaches, he says, we need a miracle. And he says, we need a miracle morning, noon, and night. He's not ashamed. And, you know, it's like the devil's always there trying to convince you to stop doing what works. And we need to come back to our whys too. Why did you start this journey? You know, every time you think about quitting, remember why you started. Then we talked about the shibboleth shield and how to have a perfect day. We drink our water, we journal, we eat in the right food combinations, eat in the right portions, and we time our meals right, and we bless the name of the Lord. That's a perfect day. You have to trust that. If I trust it and I use it, it will bear out to be true. Now, we have a lot of folks that say, I did it, and then I'll quiz them. They'll say, I'm not losing weight. I'm not losing weight, and I did your stupid program. Okay, I'll say, do you understand food combining? What's that? How many eating episodes can we have a day? What do you mean? I need several, don't I? Because I work out. They're not doing the program. We've got a bulletproof shield, and it's named that for a reason. It will quench the fiery darts of the wicked one. Do I get off track? Yes, but I know where the standard is. It's just like life. Jesus is the leveler. He's the plumb line. I am the implied image of God. Y'all know the difference between express image and implied image? You're looking at an implied image. It's not express image. Like anytime I put y'all in the newsletter list or I put you in the text list, it says, do you have implied permission or express permission? And I always have to put implied, because you didn't in writing say, me, Cindy Walters, gives you express rights to use, put my phone number in that set. But she says, yeah, I want to be on the list. That's kind of implied. So I'm the implied, like the first Adam, I'm the implied image of God. I'm not the express image of God. Jesus Christ is. That's why he's God and I'm not. So anytime that I get off of to live as Christ, anytime I get off that, I know how to get my life back right, because I have the express image of God to go by. Does that make sense? So anytime I veer away from the shield. I start playing with okay days. I'm ashamed of that, but I do it because I've lost weight. I get complacent. But then when the 3 pounds comes back, the 5 pounds come back, the 10 come back, I go, I got to get back to the express components. Water, journal, combinations, portions, time. And anytime you get off the beaten path, it's not the program that quit working. It's you that quit working. Travis, that's arrogant. No, it's not. It's biology. Calorie deficit, insulin control, muscle preservation. So we talked about all that. Now, in lesson 3, we talk about what does the shibboleth shield filter? What goes through our filter? The food, what we eat. So we tackle if you're new here, we tackle everything that you might eat. We start with whole foods. Isn't that a good place to start? Real food, foods that grow from the ground. I also hear that every week, maybe not every day now, but every week. Travis, I do your program, but you have too much artificial stuff on it. Who says you had to have those things? The whole program is about foods that grow from the ground and foods that roam the earth. Plant-based food, animal products, not processed. We get into that later, but we got to learn, even to learn how to put a can of soup on the program or a sandwich on the program. You know, bread don't grow from the ground. It's processed. It's processed from things that God provided. So, but we learn about bread. We learn about milk. We're the only mammal that drinks another mammal's milk. Who said you needed milk other than your mommy's milk? And hopefully we've gotten off that. That would look weird. So almonds, there's no such thing as almond milk. Almonds don't have boobies. Stop it. But we have all this stuff that we think, oh, that's healthy. No, what's healthy And we're going to learn to eat the other stuff, ice cream, canned soup, all the stuff that's staples of the American diet. We're going to do it in a different way, letting the shield filter it. But we have to learn where the whole foods are. How do we categorize our proteins, carbs, and fat in categories so that I can always come back to home base and I can combine foods the right way? I can put my own meals together. Until you learn, you can go into the system. Is anybody playing with the meal plan, the new meal plan generator? Are y'all playing with that and noticing it's pretty good? It's getting better every week. But
I have tried it. I actually fixed one of those recipes that it gave me the other night. The one I sent you the picture of, and it was good.
Yeah, it's really good. And we're talking to it like, make sure this is going to taste good for them. That's how I talk to it, right? And it's like putting together the right spices, the right seasonings. And was it based upon foods that you like, Charles?
Yes, sir. I went through and clicked a bunch. I had forgot about hearting them. I had a few done, but I went back through the other night and just clicked what I like. And of course, you have to go through like each category and pick a few that way that it can make you a meal.
Yeah.
And then I did it. I just kept generating until I had like 4 or 5 that sounded good to me. And I printed them off. And then I got the stuff the other night and made that one. And it was good. And it wasn't something that I would have probably thought up myself. And I believe that's a great value for us, because it takes all really the thought process out of it. You ain't got to sit there the timed old tradition of the husband and wife looking at each other. What do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? Go in there, pick foods you like. If you don't like it, don't click on it.
Yeah.
And it won't pull that up. It won't give you that to eat. So if you like it, click on it. It'll give you a meal of something you said you like, so you don't even have to worry about it. Just go to the store, get the stuff if you don't have it, and cook it up. But I like it. That's good. I hadn't played with that till, like I say, this last week or so, and I really like it.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So it's, for those of you listening, that's Partner and Faithfully Fit, a perk back to you. And it's pretty cool. So if you're struggling like learning the program, I still want you to learn it. Like Charles knows the program, but he said it gave him something he probably wouldn't have thought about, but because he knows the logic, he can trust what he's getting. We still want you to know the logic. So today we're laying out basic foods in the categories. And because people are asking about the book, we're just going to do it from the book. Is that fair? Everybody with me? This is the basic thing. Can y'all see the book? This is in your new book.
Yes, sir.
Let me know if, I hope y'all are getting excited, because I need to move some of these books for Miracle June. This is we start with category 1, lean proteins. And you'll notice there's not a lot of fluff. It's not processed stuff. There may be a couple of processed items to make the program practical and sustainable. We've put the calories per serving, protein, fat, and carbs. Not that if you follow the shield, you have to do that, but it's more educational. You kind of know, okay, that chicken's got 31 grams of protein. I'm getting my protein to preserve muscle. You're learning. So we've put it together. So category 1, for those that are new to the program, how many of these do you like? Because these are exercise in a category. Chicken breast, pork tenderloin, turkey breast, venison, fish of all types, 96% lean ground meat, lean hot dog franks, 96% lean or better, boar's head chicken breast, boar's head London broil, boar's head maple glazed ham, low-fat cottage cheese, fat-free cottage cheese, low-fat cottage cheese. Oh, there's some redundancy there. Would you mark that, Lisa? That went on and on about that. fat-free cottage cheese, low-fat cream cheese, fat-free cheese, pure whey protein, egg whites, fat-free feta cheese, reduced fat feta cheese, fat-free Fairlife milk. Milk's on here. Kroger Carb Master milk, Greek plain yogurt, 000. Did y'all hear anything that you would eat there? Those are that's one category. Now, in the food library, there's hundreds and hundreds of category ones. But we're starting with this group of food. Category 1 breaks down into amino acids. I call that gut be gone and butt be gone. You will never eat so many egg whites or chicken breast that doesn't have bad fats cooked into it that you look in the mirror and say, I need to back away from the egg whites. I need to back away from the grilled chicken breast. These foods do not turn into fat. You almost can't eat enough to get them to turn into fat. When people say you can get fat from eating too much chicken, yeah, if it's fried, but you won't if there's nothing in there for it to turn to fat. Are y'all with me? In addition to this, it controls the the fat bus. So that's category 1. Then we go to category 2. I want you to think about the list I just said. When folks, and I'm not fussing at the folks. Please hear me. I'm not fussing at the folks. I'm fussing at the devil. When people say, I don't know what to eat. Well, let's just start right here. Let's put a 1 and 2 together. Because if you put a 1 and 2 together, it's literally exercise on a plate. We never even come out of fat burning. Broccoli, asparagus, green beans, cauliflower, bell pepper, spinach, iceberg lettuce, romaine lettuce, collards, kale, all leafy greens, peppers, Brussels, squash, okra, mushrooms, jicama, celery. And if we make sure that we cook and prepare category 1 and category 2 the right way, and we put them on a portion plate, if you eat 3 eating episodes a day, you've got exercise on a plate 3 times, y'all. Think about it. How many meals could you put together of just 1 + 2? Think of all the possibilities. What would happen? Let me pause here. I like to give us things to think about. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. So this is how I think, though. If I got locked down, the zombie apocalypse happened, and I got locked down in isolation somewhere, and I was 100 pounds overweight, and Brother Charles, all that they had on my island was those 1s and 2s, and the only cooking oil they had was MCT. How much weight would I lose?
You probably lose like 100 pounds just on weight.
You'd lose 100 pounds in 2.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
You would correct almost every single, reverse engineer almost every single underlying disease related to obesity that you had. And people say that they can't figure out what to eat. But Travis, that's not enough variety. That is hogwash. Listen, this is just 2 categories. Listen to this. Chicken breast and green beans, London broil over a salad, a hot dog. I could have some kraut and weenies because we ain't even got to category 2 breads yet. I've got maple glazed ham over some lettuce, some cherry lettuce, fat-free cheese, low-fat cottage cheese and egg whites in the morning, a spinach omelet, cheese and spinach omelet. I can go on all day. There's hundreds of meal combinations with just those 2 foods. It's easy. And I need you to have this attitude. How many times have you said in your mind and heart, you think that you've said it? You didn't say it, by the way, because you don't want to think this. You don't want to think that losing weight's hard. You're identifying with a thought that is not your own. But how many times have you thought, losing weight is hard? Did that
Probably thousands.
Thousands of times. Yeah. Did that talk you into it, or did it talk you out of it?
Mainly out of it, I guess, because then it made it more of a struggle. So that just kind of bought you ticket for the struggle bus.
Yeah. Bought your ticket to the struggle bus. So why not think it's easy? It's a lot easier than it is hard. even if you think losing weight's hard, I'm gonna tell you, it was harder being 300 pounds than it was to do what I needed to do to be under 200 pounds. So pick your poison if you think it's hard, but I'm telling you, it's not hard. If I put on the blinders and I just focused on if you told me, would you be relieved if there was listen, y'all, listen, if there was a famine in the land and you hadn't eaten in a week, and then all of a sudden you were rescued and they said, but you got to stay on the compound, but all we have is the category 1s and 2s. Would you be relieved and happy and think like you just got saved?
Yes, sir.
It's a matter of perspective. The devil has sown the tares amongst the wheat. Are you with me? Y'all ain't with me. All right.
I'm with you, brother. Come on.
Go into category 3. These are things that we're told that we can't eat or we'll gain weight. With food combining, we can put these together and still lose weight. Tomato, carrots, onions, potatoes, sweet potato, long grain brown rice, quinoa, oatmeal, grits, corn, lima beans, peas, butter beans, whole wheat bread, whole wheat pasta. Did y'all hear anything you like there? Now I add a 1, 2, 3 on a portion plate. I'm good to go. I won't lose weight as fast, but who cares? I'm doing this the rest of my life. I got a message last night. Hear me, hear the old man. I'm going to get in trouble today. Got a message last night and said, I see several people that were here and they've left and they're doing another program. And I said, well, I'm glad. And I mean that. I've been doing it 20 years. You know what we do? As soon as we get the water weight off and we hit the plateau, we go back to our old habits, yes or no? Then we put back on the water weight, and then we see this miracle thing or this good program, whatever, and we run over there. And what do we lose?
Water and glucose.
Lose the water and glucose. And then the same thing happens, and it's just chasing our tail over and over and over. That's what we're doing. And I'm not being mean. I've done it too. It feels great to somebody say, you look good. What are you doing? Oh, I'm doing a new thing. And then we'll just smile. I'm doing a new thing. I lost 20 pounds. I got a message a few weeks ago.
Till the new thing becomes the old thing, then it ain't fun no more.
The new car smell wears off. I got a message from a good sister 3 or 4 weeks ago and said, Travis, I left your program. Thank you for the help and the motivation, but it just didn't work for me, and I'm doing a new thing. I've already noticed that new thing has turned into another new thing. So, and I'm not knocking whatever works, but I'm saying you got to find your forever lifestyle. And I think it starts with education. And when you hit Charles and Sandy are hitting what they think is a plateau. It's not a plateau. You're just getting into the good part of losing fat. The water weight's gone. The glucose weight's gone. We lost 25 pounds in a week, but now we're going to lose 2 or 3 a week. And that's when it gets good. You're no longer losing water. Who wants to lose water? It's good to get the weight off the joints, but this is what we want to lose. Now they're losing these. Now they're going to see a difference in how their clothes fit. But you got to stay with it. You got to put your head down, stay with it, find the good in it. Category 4. Steak, sirloin, eggs, chicken wings, turkey legs, baby back ribs, pork, New York strip, lean ground meat, turkey bacon, turkey spam is on here just to put it in somebody's face. Canadian bacon, Oscar Mayer light bologna just to put it in the face. Are y'all hearing foods you like?
I tell you what, but they ain't hardly nothing better than an approved bologna. Throw it in a little pan of MCT on some approved bread, and you got a fried bologna sandwich.
Yep. Budget.
You could even, if you liked it, you could even have a slice of tomato on that for a condiment.
Yeah. That's right. Y'all hear that? You don't like light bologna? Fried in MCT oil. It's like duct tape. It fixes everything. So you've got a fried bologna sandwich like you grew up on. You're just not using the bread that you used to use. Category 5, fruit, berries, apples, oranges, grapefruit, bananas, peaches, pineapple, kiwi, plums, grapes, mango, all fruit. One of the things I noticed yesterday in the group, there was one of our diabetic sisters. She was having a 1-2 and a cup of berries, and one of the sisters cautioned her to say, rightly so, you're diabetic, be careful with bananas and berries. But can I have them with a 1 and 2? She had maybe it was a grilled chicken salad with a cup of berries and some sliced bananas. Could she do that? Yeah. That not the bologna sandwich, but like if I had boar's head maple glazed ham on category 2 fibrous bread, lettuce and a slice of tomato, could I have a half a banana for dessert?
Yes, sir.
Sure can. Isn't that empowering?
It'd be better to have the berries though.
Be better to have
Some
berries.
strawberries.
Yeah, always better. There's always a good, better, best for sure. But you can, and people think they can't. You're living, I think sometimes I want you to have fast weight loss, but there's going to be days that it's not fast, that you do crave some fruit. You do crave some carbohydrate. Nothing wrong with that. Superfoods, natural peanut butter, pecans, peanuts, walnuts, pistachios, almonds, macadamias, all nuts and seeds, pintos, black beans, refried beans, red beans, avocado, chia seed. I bet you like some of those too. What you'll learn in combinations, I can have a lean protein category 1. So I could have chicken breast, green beans, and pintos, couldn't I? Just got to control your portion. Shellfish, shrimp, crab, oysters, lobster, mussels, clams, scallops. And that's all we put on the list. Okay, so those are your categories. Those are your basic foods in your basic categories. And along with the combination rules, the red, yellow, blue column, before we ever even get in the inner aisles of the grocery store, we've got this thing covered. Knowledge, you got so much meal variety. Knowledge is power, y'all. Knowledge is power. And wisdom is taking the knowledge that you're learning here and properly applying it. Why don't we apply the knowledge we're learning here and demonstrate wisdom? It's called strongholds. It's strongholds. How we think dictates how we act. How we act repeatedly becomes a habit. Habits become our destiny. The only way to change is for a big boy, big girl to say, I'm coming back to God. I'm going to become aware. I'm going to become an aware eater. And I'm taking authority in Jesus' name over these strongholds. That's how we do this. Any questions or comments? I am drinking Boom. If you're trying to lose weight, Boom is fine, but I recommend Zip Slim, same company, but I recommend Zip Slim over Boom for weight loss. If you're on a budget, you might not want to do both. They're great for OMAD, 1 meal a day living during the day, helps with appetite, metabolic response. Boom is a little different in that it has cordyceps, turkey tail mushrooms, all these miracle growth for the brain. Anybody got anything? It can be off the subject matter. That's the end of our lesson 3. We went bulletproof shield yesterday, categories today. We'll wrap it up tomorrow, and then Friday I'll go through the test. We can have a time of fellowship before we leave if anybody wants to share.
Hey, brother, I got a question about the sandwich recipes that you sent us. One of them was a peanut butter banana, open face.
Yes.
Could we use the Joseph pita for that, or would that be too many
If you'll use 50,
calories?
if you'll use 50 calories of the Joseph's pita,
Okay, guys, let's go.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me show you your spots and turn around.
has anybody
Already
ever
you're late.
has anybody ever had a fried banana sandwich? It's really good, Margaret. It's like, so you can take like the Joseph's high fiber pita. Don't turn your skillet on. Put MCT oil in your skillet. Take that pita and coat it good on both sides, and then crisp it up, and then put you a tablespoon of peanut butter and slice up a half a banana and wrap it up. That's a perfect pairing. It's delicious. Try it. Great meal replacement. I do it all the time. I love the Joseph's is probably my favorite. And I've been having hot dogs on that hero bun. That's the best thing. So good. Anybody got anything? We want to thank Sister Karen for holding down fort at the Shibby Shop. Please support it. A lot of people don't know that it's back open. We get maybe two orders a day, I think, Karen. We appreciate those orders. If we could get that back up to 10 to 15 orders a day, just that would help Shibboleth in its mission. Anybody? Questions, comments? I want Kendra's home. I love it. Aren't you blessed and favored? Beautiful, beautiful place. In the Shibby Shop, so we need you, y'all. We need you. Okay, we go to the website and we go to shop, and then there it is. A few things we're trying to still work out. If I go buy me some pancakes, it carries me over here, and I'm going to, did I go to the wrong thing there? Buy it. So I'm going to buy it, and I have to go a little outside the website right now for a reason. We're going to try to change that. You add it to your cart, and then you got to go back. You hit your back button to find more stuff. We're working on that to make it less clicks, but it sure does help us. So I can go back and find other products now. I'm going to view that one. Takes a couple more clicks than normal, and I add it to the cart. We're going to make that more efficient. That's how we do it. There's currently no shop to visit. We would have to get an average of 30 orders a day. Once we get up to an average of 30 orders a day, I would be able to consider having a local shop in Cartersville, probably Cartersville. But we'd have to have we would have to have a 3-month running average of 30 orders a day. That's the only way to justify an in-person shop.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Questions, comments? Y'all think we can get there if we get the full force of the Shibboleth family back with some confidence? We used to have 50, 60 orders a day, so I think we can do it. Right now, we're getting about 2 orders a day. We need the support. Yeah, we need to put it out on Facebook for sure and do it. We wanted to make sure that we didn't, that Karen didn't mind doing it. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize it's back. Yeah, some people are still going through the bulk buy that they bought from Uncommon Paths. We will have a partner meeting today, so I can update you on the next steps, so that nothing catches the partners off guard. Anybody, y'all good? I keep saying anybody else. Y'all good? Everybody
You-
good?
You have an idea of what time the partner meeting will be,
I'm
roughly?
I'm meeting with Charles and Sandy. I'd like to do it about 11:30. If I can,
Okay.
yeah, if y'all need it, if there's some partners here and you'd like to do it at a different time, let me know. I've got about an hour between the Battle Buddy meeting and then I won't be available again until like 6 p.m. Meetings all day.
Well, it'll be recorded, right?
It will, yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, go right ahead. If I catch you, great. If not, I'll see y'all too.
All right. Okay, well, I appreciate you. We'll close you out in prayer. Did you like having those categories in the book?
I like that you put the calories with it because I think as more people potentially move into an OMAD lifestyle, that's important for us to have the calories, the proteins, the carbs, even in some situations, for us to be able to see what's going on there. At it, just kind of at a quick glance.
Yeah. Karen, you did some proofing for us. Did you think that the explanation of the program was complimentary to Fast Track and helped? It is helpful, added a little bit of additional good. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you helping with it. All right, y'all.
Hey, Travis.
Uh-huh. Hey.
Hey, it's Elizabeth. I wanted to just shine light on something. I went to do my water walking and my pool was closed at the gym for a week, so I was really bummed. But I instead opted to do the sauna and it spiked my insulin. I did 15 minutes in the sauna. It spiked my insulin 2 different times. I'd had nothing to eat, was just drinking water, and I was like, okay, I get the exercise component and the heat component, but the second spike and the delay of that was very off-putting.
Yeah, for sure. I've noticed there's been a couple of times that I literally don't take this wrong. People have been saying I've been talking so much about anger, they think I have a bad temper.
Well,
But
that could be me too.
yeah, inside, I've even noticed but I'm doing better about being sweet when inside I'm not feeling sweet. Because I go, that's not me in there. That's not me. But I have noticed it's me enough that it causes a huge insulin spike. So
Oh my goodness, because like in the morning, you asked who wakes up with fear, and I don't wake up in the morning with fear. I wake up in the morning with anger that I don't even know is mine. I don't even believe it's mine, but it can be every day. It's like, really, I just woke up. Like, I don't have a mean thought in my mind. And here comes this anger within like 5 seconds of consciousness. I'm like, Lord, you can take that away because that is not how I'm starting my day.
it's not you. It is not you until you identify with it.
Yep.
All right, everybody, I'm going to close us out. Appreciate y'all. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in the earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, Lord, our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Thank y'all.